Welcome back, friends, to another news recap from the NEAR protocol, courtesy of NEARWEEK. Before we get started, go claim your shard doggy. Every week, NEARWEEK mints the cover letter for the newsletter as an NFT. These NFTs don't really have any financial value. It's more like memorabilia that you can collect, like your uncle collecting all those Playboy magazines in the 70s. Damn. If you're new to the NEAR ecosystem, don't worry, we've got you covered. NEARWEEK has set up a flow whereby first, they'll check whether you are a NEARWEEK subscriber. Second, if you're not, you'll join their newsletter. And third, you'll get the option to create a NEAR wallet for free if you don't already have one. Could it get any easier than that? I don't think so. This is the newsletter from Wednesday, 14th of August. It's been a few days since the newsletter came out. If you want to get the news straight away, subscribe to the newsletter. If you would like to see more of these videos more frequent, please like, subscribe, leave comments to support the channel. Let's get started. Alright, NEARWEEK edition number 122. First off, we have a follow-up from last week. So if you saw last week's newsletter, you may have seen my cover of the molecular execution machine from Decent Labs. At the time, we looked a little bit into the molecular execution machine, but sadly, I did not see any connection to the NEAR protocol. However, this is a fantastic follow-up. There is a proposal that I encourage everyone to go read and provide feedback, where we can see the ways in which the molecular execution machine could be integrated with the blockchain operating system. My views from it now is that this is a very cheeky proposal because it highlights some of the really cool functionality that the molecular execution machine has. However, it also highlights a shortcoming of the blockchain operating system as a tag. It is so broad, it doesn't really cover anything. This proposal seems to be mostly aimed at using all the applications that could potentially be deployed on the molecular execution machine across many ecosystems, and it looks at having the front end deployed on NEAR through the blockchain operating system. That would be great. I'm not saying that's not a bad proposal, it's actually a fantastic place to start. I just want to highlight that the blockchain operating system is the entire stack. And not only can you deploy the front end of your application from other ecosystems on NEAR, but also you can build many other things in the NEAR ecosystem utilizing a mix of the many and ever-growing components available. Next! At the time that the newsletter went out, Editor-in-Chief Hero proposed something new at NEARWEEK, the NEAR Editorial Academy. Sadly, in between the time that the newsletter went out and that I recorded this video, the proposal was closed. The proposal was pretty straightforward. It was for a 6-month program to train people and help them create better content. This would be coming from NEARWEEK, the partners of this video, subscribe, and it would be to help people create better content for the NEAR ecosystem. If you've been around NEAR for a while, you know that we have fantastic technology and we even have great builders doing cool stuff, but we need more cool content. So NEARWEEK was going to create a 6-month program that would include everything from harnessing the capabilities of AI, including GPT-4, Waveflu, 2x, Hemingway, Fireflies, etc., to general mentorship rooted in the principles of the marketing landscape, learning how to produce dev-related content, much needed, without needing to be technical yourself. Unfortunately, the proposal was closed for the month of August because the marketing DAO is having a little bit of a budget constraint. I've left a comment with some views. I don't want to dwell too much on that. But I think that the result of this proposal is as much an indictment on the current state of the marketing DAO and community governance in general, not so much this proposal specifically. And I would encourage the team to come back in September, and hopefully there will be room in the budget by then. If you'd like to see proposals like this one funded, by all means drop by and give them your support in the governance forum. And if you have any ideas for ways to market the NEAR protocol ecosystem, the marketing DAO is open to proposals from the 1st to the 10th of each month. I know that it may not sound encouraging that they didn't have money to support NEARWEEK, and you may come in with a new proposal, but the higher the number of quality proposals that we can get in, the higher the chances that we have of increasing that budget. Also, a caveat, this channel has been proudly supported by the marketing DAO for quite some time now. Thank you. Top news, Pagoda publishes protocol Q2 roadmap update. If you've been following the channel for a while, you may recall that I made a video about the Pagoda protocol Q1 update. Incredible how fast time goes by. There's a couple of things here that are a little bit technical, but still we can follow. One of the new things that are introduced is the NEAR Improvement Proposal, NEP, that doesn't add up, for account namespaces, a key stepping stone towards account extension. What does account extension do, you may be wondering? Account extension would allow users to easily compose different modules such as multisig, proxy, and so on. I wish I could comment anything more on what that means. In addition, Aurora also submitted an NEP on Wasm submodules. I went down a rabbit hole on this one and I got pretty excited. So the too long didn't read is, if implemented, it would enable a limited form of sync execution or allowing transactions that touch multiple contracts to be settled within a single block. What I learned for this video, going through the GitHub and then going through the original government's forum post where they introduce this concept, is that if we were able to execute Aurora at a Wasm level instead of the account level where it is now, they could reduce the cost of transactions on Aurora by up to 1,500%, which is quite a lot. I'll leave the comments down below if you want to go deeper into what all of this means, and good luck. Next, BOS takes center stage. NEAR is highlighted at a Copenhagen 8th meetup. Kudos to the people that represented NEAR on a meetup in Copenhagen. I encourage everyone that has a technical ability and the stamina to represent NEAR at more meetups around the world. Next, join APAC Web3 Hackfest Hackathon. That's a mouthful. Win up to 100,000 USD. Depending on when you're watching this video, registrations may have closed, but this is a fantastic opportunity to enter a hackathon. Hackathons are a fantastic way of learning, meeting people, and potentially earning prizes. NDC presents a guide to engage in ongoing community elections. We've touched on the NDC elections before. This thread summarizes it all up around the criteria if you want to run and you require an OG soulbound token, how to get that. It also covers the 3 houses, including House of Merit, Council of Advisors, and Transparency Commission, and all the different structures that ensue. Nominations are open for about 2 or 3 weeks. If you're interested in voting, you also need to get an I Am Human SPT, so make sure that you do that as soon as possible. Let me know in the comment section below if you'd like me to do a video specific about the NDC elections. There have been a lot of questions, criticisms, feedback, and some things may change between now and the date of the election, so stay tuned for any changes. New developers powered by NEAR Dev Hub. This is where I get excited. Developers! This is when I'm recording on a Saturday because I would probably be escorted out of co-working space. DevHub presents your path to engagement. The DevHub team introduces a comprehensive guide illuminating the various pathways for community collaboration and participation in the DevHub initiatives. I love this. I mentioned last week that NEAR DevHub is probably the best place for people to enter the ecosystem because we are a builder's blockchain. Let's see what they say. What are you looking for? If you have an idea or a discussion topic, that's me. I've got so many ideas. Share your ideas on DevHub. Browse. Before posting your idea, search for other previous discussions to learn from previous efforts. Share. Create an idea post with clear information. Describe the problem, the desired outcome, and a call to action. Amplify. Gather support and validation from the relevant community groups and experts. Yes. Engage. Monitor replies and follow up with people who commented. Third, explore ideas using community groups. Search groups, get involved, and participate. If you go to the community groups page, you'll see that there are several communities here, including DevHub Education, Contract Standards Validators, Zero Knowledge, Build, DAOs very active, Keep On very active, Open Web Academy, shout out to Mexico. And if you don't see anything that you like here, you can always create your own community. At the moment, I'm thinking about creating a community around product and or user experience. If you're using NEAR and something is broken, they've got a bit of a chain of command here to assess where would be the best place to report it. If you need funding from DevHub, there are 2 types of guidelines, general funding guidelines and community guidelines for hackathons and events. This is one of the highlights from this week. I'll make sure they're put in the show notes, and I hope to see you on DevHub. Next, NEAR Rust tutorial now available in Chinese. Thanks to the dedicated work of DevHub contributors, has led to a fully translated version of Rust documentation in Chinese. There really isn't much that I can comment on this one because there may be a slight language barrier. DevHub working on an education and documentation workgroup. We got a sneak peek of this one just before on the communities section, helping others to build and learn. New to building on NEAR, this community is your first stop. We're here to help you build, whether you're new to NEAR, new to Web3, or someone experienced who needs help trying something different. Admins Maxwell, shout out to Maxwell, absolute legend and DevRel. Next, DevHub partners with BOS Hacks. There are over $15,000 bounty for building decentralized frontends. This is a very exciting hackathon coming up from August 25 to September 10. Learn, build, and win. This hackathon is a fully integrated experience where you can learn everything you need to build fully decentralized frontends and multi-chain applications, all in JavaScript. There will also be mentorship from top boss builders via daily office hours and 24/7 Telegram chat support. Several builders tracks including general, social NFTs, impact and governance, multi-chain and DeFi, and dev experience. The reason why this is massive is because it is all in JavaScript. Make sure that you sign up and learn what's possible on Near. I also want to give a quick shout out to the bounty sponsors and to the community partners. You may recognize a cheeky wild logo here. That's right, the Wild User Interviews is proud to be a sponsor of BOS Hacks. Shout out to the Wild User Interviews team. Near APAC Greenhouse Incubation Program. Nurture your blockchain startup. The Greenhouse, don't be confused by the name, has nothing to do with the missions or the environment, it seems, is part of the Near APAC event series. There is a tweet from the Near Vietnam team, and I'll also share the link to the website where you can sign up. A fantastic event for all startups looking for support in the region and for VCs looking to find the best talent. Objectives: identify the most promising blockchain startups in the region, provide VCs with the opportunity to meet with founders and learn about their projects in a one-on-one setting, intimate. Networking opportunities with other founders and mentors, I'll be there drinking, and workshop and training sections on topics such as fundraising, marketing, and product development. I may even show up and learn some things. Next, DeFi and wallets, powered by Proximity. Proximity Labs offers 3,000 bounty at Encode near Hackathon. Encode Club is a learning platform, and they recently hosted Hackathon with Aurora, and they have a hackathon with Near Horizon coming up. This will be a 4-week hackathon centered around building on Near protocol as part of the Near Horizon initiative to support builders. This one starts on September the 19th. I think we can identify a trend here. First thing to do is to register for the Web3 Hackfest. If you missed that deadline on August 20th, register for the BOS Hacks by the 25th of August. Then somehow hustle and find your way to Vietnam and enter the Greenhouse event. And finally, once you've entered that building streak, join the Encode and Near Hackathon. Proximity Labs and Igmas DeFi AMA, the end game for Near as DeFi chain. This is one of those articles that as I was reading it, my mind keeps blowing up. And that's what I love about the Near ecosystem. Some days I feel like I've been around for a very long time and that I understand things very well and I'm confident explaining them to people. And then you turn around and you read something new and you realize that we know nothing. The interviewer starts with the type of questions that are when people talk about like alt chains. And what I like is that the answers are not what I was expecting. There's a lot of concepts that jump out around composability, multi-chain, mixing the best tools to provide the best user experience. And there's one thing that I'm going to have to go away and dig deeper to get to the true meaning: data availability. There's 2 mentions around data availability. The first one is, recently we've started working with Ethereum layer 2s to use Near for data availability storage, as it decreases the transaction cost by more than 40% if they offload these from Ethereum. I'm not entirely sure what the context of this is, but it really got my attention because it would signal a deeper level of integration beyond the mere decentralized frontends that any application can use now on Near. The second mention of data availability comes in regards to the plans for the future, and it says, other things to be excited about: an improved blockchain operating system that will allow us to onboard even more of the most used dApps in the space. Near as a data availability solution for Ethereum and Cosmos layer 2s. Alpha hiding in plain sight. I have not seen many people talking about it yet. Let's hope we're onto something here. Next, Orderly reveals platform enhancements. You may recall Orderly from the newsletter last week. The order enhancements include reduce only orders, limit price protection for liquidation takeover, and performance improvements. If you are familiar with the world of Forex, and I suspect that every teen boy at some point lost a lot of money thinking that they could buy a Lambo in 2 weeks by leverage trading, that was definitely me at some point, you would probably identify some of these features as the features that a centralized exchange would offer. Very impressive to see how sophisticated decentralized order books are getting. Kudos to the Orderly team. You continue to exceed expectations. Ecosystem and community. I love this part because this is where we see growth and momentum and how we're tracking towards KPIs. First, Sun Life unveils an in-depth guide to the blockchain operating system. Community member Sun Life creates a very insightful thread where he lays out the blockchain operating system and how it will get us closer to mass adoption. Starts with, NEAR claims to be the operating system for the open web. Big claims. What is open? I like this thread because it's got a very good narrative. It is the sort of thread and narrative that would get the attention from a normal bystander, and it slowly progresses up to the point where they can follow. The open web is like a public park, open for all interaction and sharing. It includes references to Elon Musk's vision to transform Twitter, and more. Thank you, Sun Life, for this insightful thread. Next. NEAR partners with Glass, reimagining loyalty rewards for a 1.6 trillion industry with blockchain technology. This is another big highlight for me for this week. The NEARWEEK newsletter points towards the official blog announcement, but I like to go to the first source, glass.fun. What I really like about glass.fun is that it looks like a professional website with a clear value proposition to their end users, and there is not really any mention about Web3 anywhere. Earn rewards from your favorite alcohol brands. Fuck yeah, how many alcoholics are out there? Probably a lot. Level up your evenings out with unique rewards. You can unlock access to free and discounted drinks, VIP events, personalized and limited edition merchandise, and more, simply by drinking, because it's getting better. Earn everywhere drinks are enjoyed. Elevate your cocktail game. Nowhere on this landing page is reference to Web3. Let's go to frequently asked questions. What is Glass? Glass is for the social heroes. The ones who make reservations, who order more than one round for the table, who get their friends off the couch and into the stands or onto the dance floor. We are a new type of rewards platform enabling you to unlock exclusive gifts and experiences from your favorite social brands. Earn points by participating in challenges, going out with friends, visiting your favorite bars, and more. And redeem those points in world-leading sports, music, dining, and drinking rewards. It's like a freaking flat program for alcoholics. Nah. For people that have a fine tasting alcohol. Who can join Glass? You can, as long as you're over 21. Why do you need my zip code? How do I earn points? So there is still no mention of Web3. So we have to keep scrolling, and it is a question. Why is Glass built in Web3? Web3 represents a new way of thinking about ownership. In Web3, you and your identity come first, rather than the platform. In other words, when you earn points from brands on Glass, those points belong to you, not to Glass, not to the brands. Because you own your own points, you can take them with you to access a range of redemption opportunities, yada yada yada. This is the right way to do Web3. This is how you do it. You create a real value proposition for real users, give them some tequila, take away the blockchain, and now we have mass adoption. And by the way, cheeky side note, this is how you do it, Sweatcoin. You don't give your users points and then you have a communist takeover to take the points away and burn them. That's not how you do it in Web3. So kudos to the Glass team. Welcome to the NEAR ecosystem. If you are looking for ambassadors, I'm always in the market. I like rum, but I'll drink anything. But on a serious note, frequently asked questions completely hidden from most users. Blockchain, I prefer a bourbon. Do I need to understand the world of crypto to use Glass? Just like you don't need to know how to code to visit a website, you don't need to understand Web3 or blockchain to use Glass. When you sign up to Glass and we create your account, it comes with a wallet, a secure way to store the points and rewards you earn on the blockchain. The wallet is non-custodial, which means it's controlled by you. Neither Glass nor the brands have access, nor the Sweatcoin team, but you can log in anytime with your email address and password. No blockchain knowledge is needed. Did you hear that? Are people paying attention? This is only possible on the NEAR protocol. Kudos to Glass and to the NEAR Foundation Business Development team. I am optimistic that with great user experience and alcohol, we can take over the world. Next! And finally, NEAR and Meshflux, bridging art and blockchain technology through interactive sculptures. The blog is a little bit boring when we can go to the Meshflux website. an interactive artwork inspired by blockchain. I'll leave the link down below so you can come and check it out. There's a lot here, including a documentary about how the art was created. But in a nutshell, there are 3 pieces of work, each one representing one of the fundamental blockchain technologies: the distinction between centralized, decentralized, and distributed networks. It is inspired by the original network model, according to Paul Baran's original work published in 1964, and there are some steel-bearing bolts inside the sculptures that represent the data packets of the network. It is pretty cool. Shout out to the artist. I am afraid to try to pronounce the name. It is spelled UFUK. Barris, welcome to the NEAR ecosystem and congratulations for your work. And finally, another collaboration with an artist, Neo Afro, uncovering the connection between visual arts and technology. Joining forces with NEARWEEK, cultural startup Neo Afro will present an art exhibition that delves into the captivating blend of art and technology. Going to the Neo Afro website, we can look the art that makes up the NEARWEEK cover letter for this week and details about the event. We're running out of time for the Aurora news recap, but I will leave the link down below so you can come and check it out. And finally, I do want to comment on this news. It's not precisely about the NEAR ecosystem, but I just find it really interesting and spicy. PayPal launches US dollar stablecoin, PyUSD. First, I like the name because PY makes it like Python sound looking. I don't know, maybe that's the geek side of me. But the other aspect of this that I find fascinating is that it is issued by the Paxos Trust Company in New York. Paxos was also the issuer of BUSD Binance. So it seems to me like there are some shenanigans here where Binance may have been unfairly targeted and Paxos had to basically terminate the use of BUSD, while at the same time, or I guess a few months later, PayPal launches their own stablecoin using the same issuer under the same regulation, the same license. So this is going to be an interesting to check out, especially because I suspect that PayPal may become a big on and off ramp, although PayPal has traditionally been known for having some really bad fees and exchange rates, so we'll see how that goes. The interesting thing is that PyUSD can be transferred outside of the PayPal application to external wallets. So I would personally be keeping a very close eye to see if there are PyUSD and other stablecoin pools popping up on Ethereum. And who knows, maybe it's just a matter of time before we bridged over some PyUSD over from Ethereum into NEAR. And let's just say it's going to be just a matter of time before we have PyUSD issuance native on the NEAR protocol. Why? PyUSD makes sense on Ethereum because that's where most of the liquidity and the DeFi is right now. But if you want to go end user and you want to have a payments stablecoin, you're going to have to go to a blockchain that is very cheap and scalable. So we'll welcome you with open arms, PayPal. Until next time, that's it for me, friends. I hope that you enjoyed this week's debrief. As always, subscribe, share with your friend. I'll see you next week. Bye!